For years, I thought something was wrong with me. I never knew what to say in conversations, not because I was shy or afraid to speak, but because my mind would simply go blank. While others talked for hours with ease, I quietly listened, wondering, why can't I be like that? What's wrong with me? I looked around at the world celebrating the loud, the outgoing, the ones who could command a room. And somewhere along the way, I absorbed the lie that quiet people have less to offer. So instead of stewarding the gift that God gave me, I hid it. But here's what I've learned. Nothing was wrong with me. God made me this way on purpose. I'm an introvert. I process internally. I have to think deeply before I speak. I need solitude to recharge. And that's not just okay, it's biblical. Even Jesus withdrew regularly to pray and rest. He understood the need to step away, to be still, to listen to the Father in quiet places. For a long time, I didn't see my quietness as a gift. I saw it as a deficit. I had a rich imagination, and daydreaming became my favorite escape. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having a vibrant inner world. Imagination is a gift from God. But I wasn't using it as fuel for creativity or prayer. I was using it as a hiding place. And it created fear that was paralyzing because I saw my conversational struggles as a personal failure. As a result, I stopped trying altogether. I avoided phone calls, I turned down invitations, I let friendships fade. And I think, what would I even talk about? What if the conversation dies and it's awkward? And I didn't keep people away from me because I didn't care about them, but because I was terrified of disappointing them with my quietness. And only God knows how many conversations I had sat through nodding and smiling only to realize later I couldn't remember a single thing that they said. I wasn't just quiet, I was disconnected. Physically there, but mentally 1,000 miles away. Now let me be clear. The problem wasn't my introversion. The problem was shame. I was so convinced that my quietness made me less than that I stopped showing up altogether. I confused recharging in solitude with avoiding people entirely. Here's what I learned. Solitude is holy. Isolation is hiding. I wasn't balancing my inner life with my outward love, not because introverts can't do both, but because I believed I wasn't capable of both. I wasn't cold or uncaring. I just didn't know how to love people as the person God made me to be. But lately, God has been convicting me in the most gentle way. He's been showing me how much I've missed by hiding behind my thoughts instead of stewarding them. And He's been teaching me what it truly means to love others, not by becoming more extroverted, but by fully embracing how He designed me. The first thing I needed to embody was compassion. God taught me what it means to have compassion and care deeply for others in order to get out of my own thoughts and comfort zone. And to truly be a lover of God, we have to be obedient to Him. And His command says that we have to learn to love and serve others. But you can't serve others genuinely if you don't love them. And you can't love them if you don't actually see them and understand them. As I studied the Bible, God taught me that the Holy Spirit is the one who empowers me to love. Colossians 1:8 reminds me that love comes from the Spirit. And I don't have to have all the right words. I just need to love as Jesus already demonstrated. Here's a verse that always gets me. Jesus saw them and had compassion. Matthew 9:36. That simple line changed how I view people. Jesus didn't just see crowds, He saw hearts. He looked beyond their actions, their appearance, their noise, and felt their pain. And here's what struck me. Jesus didn't need to be loud to love deeply. He listened. He asked questions. He sat with people in their pain. Some of His most powerful moments were in silence or in intimate conversations with just one or two people. He withdrew, He processed, He prayed alone, and He modeled introvert love, and it changed the world. The Bible is full of quiet, powerful people. Moses said, "I am slow of speech." Yet God used him to deliver a nation. Mary sat quietly at Jesus' feet while Martha bustled around. The prophet Elijah heard God not in the earthquake or fire, but in a gentle whisper. God doesn't need me to be loud. He just needs me to be obedient, bold, and confident in my faith. Just a few months ago, I reconnected with an acquaintance at church. We started talking and she opened up about her financial struggles. She's been jobless for a while and was barely getting by. Later, she told me something that shifted my entire perspective. She said, "I don't usually share that kind of thing, but you made me feel safe." I realized because I naturally listen more than I talk, she felt safe opening up to me. My quietness wasn't a barrier to connection, it was the bridge. While others might have jumped into giving advice or filling the silence with their own stories, I simply listened. And in that space, she felt seen. We didn't have much time to finish the conversation, but her story stayed with me. And that's another gift of an introvert. We hold things, we remember, and we process deeply if we choose to pay attention. A couple days later, someone unexpectedly treated me to lunch. As I sat there grateful for the meal,
Yeah, see? You like this store too?
I prayed, "God, thank you for this blessing. Now show me who I can bless." And immediately the acquaintance from church came to mind. I sent her a monetary gift. Nothing extravagant, just whatever I felt God was nudging me to give in that moment. Her response was full of gratitude and surprise. And in that moment, I realized something profound. This was an introvert's love in action. I didn't need to make a big public gesture, nor organize a large fundraiser. God used my natural tendency to process things internally, to pray quietly, and to act thoughtfully. My listening created the space for her to share. My reflection created the space for the Holy Spirit to speak. That moment taught me something I'll never forget. Compassion isn't about your personality type. It's about letting God move you to action through the design He gave you. Action doesn't always mean money. Sometimes it's a text that says, "I'm praying for you." Sometimes it's showing up with a meal. Other times it's just sitting with someone in their pain, not trying to fix them. Your act of love to someone else can even come down to a gift of being fully present in a one-on-one conversation when the rest of the world is rushing by. The point isn't the size of the gesture, it's the obedience to the Spirit's nudge. Compassion isn't something everyone automatically have, but it could be something that the Holy Spirit grows in you. I can't force myself to feel compassion, but I can ask the Holy Spirit to soften my heart and open my eyes. As it says in 1 Peter 3:8, "Finally, all of you be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble." Notice it didn't say be outgoing, be talkative, be the life of the party. It says to be sympathetic, be compassionate and humble. This kind of deep empathy is a practice art of awareness. It is a posture we can all choose to adopt. We can all train ourselves to listen deeply instead of just waiting for our turn to talk. We can practice noticing the quiet person in the corner who everyone else overlooks. We can learn to ask thoughtful questions because we genuinely want to understand, and we can choose to sit in silence with someone's pain instead of rushing to fix it. It takes intentionality to follow up later because we actively remember what they said. It takes practice to create a safe place where people truly feel heard. I used to think of conversations like performances. I needed the right lines, the perfect timing. But God is teaching me they're more like mirrors. When we constantly practice the art of true, aware listening, we reflect the love back to someone who desperately needs to see it. I still need a long time to recharge, and that's healthy and biblical. The difference is I'm no longer using solitude as a way to avoid people. I'm using it to refuel so I can love well when I'm with them. Some days I can still drift into my thoughts. Some conversations still feel awkward. But the difference now is that I'm aware, and I'm willing to let the Holy Spirit interrupt my patterns. And I'm also not saying I'm becoming someone I'm not. I'm just saying I need to be fully present with who I already am. I don't need to be the loudest voice in the room to make an impact. I don't need to fill every silence. I don't need to have a story for every occasion. But I'm learning that my quietness doesn't have to mean disconnection. When I listen with love, when I ask genuine questions, when I let my heart reflect Christ, that's when real connection happens. Recently, God's been stretching me in ways I've never anticipated. As I stopped hiding, He started nudging me into spaces that seemed completely counterintuitive to my quiet nature, such as taking a public speaking class, studying the art of psychology, and learning the principles of sales. And let me tell you, public speaking and sales has been the two subjects that I avoided my entire life because I hated how it made me feel. At first, this terrified me. I thought, God, why would you call an introvert into spaces that require so much outward energy? But then I realized He isn't asking me to abandon my personality. He's preparing me for the vision He has already placed in my heart. And the skills that I once avoided are the skills that I need now. As I study more, I'm learning that psychology isn't just an academic pursuit. It's a tool to better understand the minds and hidden pain of people I'm called to serve. Sales isn't about manipulation. It's about learning how to effectively articulate value and offer a solution. Or it could even be a message of hope to those who desperately need it. In public speaking, it's not about becoming the loudest in the room. It's about ensuring that when God gives me something to say, I'll have the courage and the skill to deliver it clearly and boldly. This isn't God trying to turn me into an extrovert. He is equipping the introvert He created for the calling He ordained. When I talk to people now, I remind myself it's not about impressing them or keeping up. It's about seeing them. And when I focus on that, the words come easier. I'm still quiet by nature. That hasn't changed and it will never change. I've accepted that being an introvert is exactly how God wired me to be. Whether you're extroverted or introverted, it's all a beautiful gift if you know how to steward it. All this is about becoming more obedient to love people, to see the world not through the lens of my own shame, but through the lens of compassion. And in that space, connection feels natural, conversations become meaningful, and my quiet nature finds its beautiful God-given purpose. The world needs introverts. The church needs introverts. Your quiet presence matters more than you know. This is my story and my journey. Yours might look different, and God meets each of us exactly where we are. He's not asking you to become someone you're not. He's just inviting you to stop hiding and start stewarding the gift He's already given you. Your quiet presence is powerful. Your deep listening is a ministry, and your thoughtful words carry weight. Your ability to sit in silence is a gift in a noisy world. Don't let shame silence your unique way of loving. The world needs your quiet strength. God's grace is big enough to cover every struggle, every season of hiding, every moment of shame. And His design for you, yes, even your introversion, is intentional, purposeful, and deeply needed.